Hi guys, thank you for watching Edupedia World videos. In this session of Sap Business One, we'll be starting with the service module. So you can find the service module under the main menu as service, and this is the service call window. You can use this window to open or update a service call for an item group or a customer. And to access this thing, you can go directly to main menu in the service, and that will be the first menu item. Or you can go from the toolbox or the toolbar itself if you want to. Now in the customer, you specify the code of the customer that has to be associated with a service call. Here I have opened a window and taken the screenshot that has already all the details or maximum details into it. So the customer is there. You specify the code of the customer, and if the customer deviates from credit or commitment limit, a warning will be displayed on the system. In the contact person field, you specify the name of the person who made the service call. The contract number, in the same manner, is the number of the service contract that is currently linked to the selected serial number. When there is no contract for the item, the field contains the value of no contract, as we can see in the screenshot here. If you create a customer equipment card manually, and if you have created a service contract after you have created a service call for the same customer and the same item, then when you go back to the service call, you get a message asking if you want to connect the service call to the newly created service contract. So this is the service call window, and we'll quickly go through all the tabs here. First is the general tab. You can use this tab to enter or update the general information about the service call, like the type of problem and the technician that was assigned to this service call. In the origin, you specify the means by which the complaint was received. In our case, it was telephone. It can be mail, it can be a personal meeting or something like that, fax. So you can give the origination of this service call. So to define a new origin, you can choose to define new, and you can define the type of origin. In the problem type, you can specify the type of the problem that was required or that was reported to be addressed. To define a new problem, again you can define a new problem that comes up. In the call type, you can specify the type of the service call. Okay. In the technician field, if the service call requires a technician, you can specify the code of the technician that has been assigned to this particular service call. You can select any company employee defined as technician from the roles table of the membership tab in the human resource employee master data. So when a service call is created, this option is selected by default, and it is the user who creates the service call. Then on the right hand side, there are a couple of other fields like handled by, response, that is date, and resolution, again date. Next tab is the remarks. You can use this tab to specify a detailed description or any other remarks related to the service call. You can record more details about the service call here and then in the subject field also. So in the subject field, you can give first meeting and then give some remarks, or maybe in the subject you can give some, say what was the problem, and remarks why was there a problem. Next on the service call window is the activities tab. You can use this tab to specify the new activities and to display the existing or the associated activities. At present, we do not have any activity that is associated with this particular service call. So in the due date, that is the date on which the activity was created, the time where you can specify the time at which the activity was created, handled by the user or an employee assigned to this particular activity, that is again related to the service call. In the content, you can insert the text that is relevant to this activity, and you have attachment option also displays whether there is an attachment related to this activity or not. So to open an attachment, you can simply click on that attachment icon in the relevant row. Next is the solutions tab. You can use this tab to add new solution or view the previous solutions if there are any. All the solutions are recorded in the knowledge base or solution window. Therefore, the time when the problem comes up, the technician are aware of the possible solutions. So that means this particular solution is already recorded in another window, and whenever there is a problem, if this particular solution is relevant, then we can directly connect or relate this solution to this particular service call. So the solution description of the solution, the problem is here. Then you have ID the solution description, then the date and the owner and the status and handled by. Next is the expenses tab. You can use this tab to view expenses related to the service call, such as parts like items or working hours, that is labor and travel hours. You can specify the following item types in this particular expense tab: items used for repairing broken parts, items that are returned by the customers, then there are items that may have been transferred to the technician to solve the problem, items that have been given to the technician and then returned to the warehouse. You can also specify the working hours for the time the technician worked on the customer's site and the travel hours required for the technician to travel to the customer's site and back to the office or the site. Next is the resolution tab. Again, this is similar to the remarks tab. You can use this tab to specify information about the resolution of the problem. You can enter any additional information about the resolution in this tab. Then is the history. You can use this tab to display all the actions related to the service call. History, it is specifically what action has been taken against this service call. The number of action, every action will be displayed here. So you can use this tab to display all the actions related to the service call. All the updates and changes appear under the corresponding date and the time. The history tab displays the following updates: the service call that was created, response due by, then the resolution due by date, and then when was the resolution added, if there was any reassigning, and other important things as well. Next is scheduling, where you have start time, end time, and the duration. There is a reminder, and if you want to display in the calendar, you can do it as well. The last is attachment. If there are any attachments, you can simply go on this tab and attach the documents. So that is it for this session. This is the beginning of the service, and we have seen about the service call. We'll see some more information about this service module in the coming session. Thank you.